Yo. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Strength Classroom. Today I'm talking to you. It's a subscriber question, and it's just about different ways to rotate your max effort movements. The max effort is where you work up to an exercise that's going to give you the highest stimulus. So let's say you're working up to a weight that's going to be heavy enough to where you can't add much more weight, but you want to leave some in the tank. Okay, it doesn't need to be your maximum for that day every single time. Like, you can't even add a paper clip or else you'll fail. It just needs to be a high enough stimulus to the point where you are going to strain, to stress, and activate the upper threshold muscle fibers. That is a very simplistic way of what max effort is. Typically it's a 1 rep max, but it could be anywhere from 1 to 5 rep max in my experience. So option number 1, it's just simple 3-week waves. I want you to pick 3 exercises, do them for 3 weeks, and try and pyramid up to a true 1 rep max at the end of 3 weeks. Then go to a second exercise, do the same thing. Third exercise, do the same thing. Then after those 9 weeks, go back to the first exercise, and over the course of those 3 weeks, try to beat that record. Very simple. Option number 2. This is an option where you're basically going to pick 5 exercises, and every week you're bouncing to a new exercise. So week 1, exercise 1, week 2, exercise 2. Once you hit week 5, exercise 5, in week 6, you're coming back to number 1 and you're trying to beat the record of your first exercise. Now, it doesn't have to be beat it by 50 pounds. As long as you're beating it by 5 pounds, the plan is working. Everything is going to plan, okay? So you don't have to worry about breaking huge PRs. You just want the smallest PR possible, because that's going to make your gains sustainable for as long as possible. Option number 3, I call this the 3-2-1 method. So you're going to have exercise A. This is going to be your most important exercise that you want to work the most, priority. You're going to do that for 3 out of the 6 weeks. Then exercise B, you're going to do that for 2 weeks. And exercise C is going to be an exercise that you're pretty proficient in, so you don't need to practice it a lot, and you're going to do that for 1 week. So you see how you kind of have priority with exercise A because you're spending the most amount of time on it. That's the whole goal behind it. Now, you can shuffle these around. You can do exercise A, then exercise B, then back to exercise A, then exercise C, then back to exercise B, back to exercise A. I hope this makes sense. Read the graphic on the screen. You're basically bouncing back and forth, but you're doing exercise A, the first exercise, the one that is the most important to you right now, at a higher frequency than the other 2. Then option number 4, it's very similar to what I just said, but you're going to pick 4 exercises and you're going to go exercise A week 1, exercise B week 2, back to exercise A, then exercise C, back to exercise A, and then exercise D. So it's almost like a combo of option 2 and option 3, to where you have an exercise that is your most important, that you need to do the most frequent, and then you have the other exercises in between. Don't get me wrong, you're still trying to break records, but with exercise A, you just need a little bit more frequency because it's a little bit more important to you right now. So that's why you're doing it more frequently. And option number 5, I call it the tweaker method. Has nothing to do with drugs, but you're basically going to pick 1 exercise, and then each week you're going to slightly tweak the exercise, where it's the same motor pattern, but it's just a little bit different. So for example, week 1, front squats. Week 2, paused front squats. Week 3, pin front squats. Week 4, front squats with chains. Week 5, front squats with bands. And then you go back to traditional front squats. Now, why this can be very effective is all 5 movements are the same exact motor pattern, but you are changing them just enough to where the overall load that you're moving is going to be different. So this is going to be good for recovery. It's going to be good just for different stimulus for your CNS. And each part of the exercise is going to have a different strength curve. However, they are all front squats at the end of the day. So that's a really good strategy for max effort. If you don't want to move around with different motor patterns, you know what you want to accomplish. That's a very, very good method. I picked that up, I believe it was from Joe DeFranco many years ago. I did it with incline benching for a certain period of time, and it does in fact work. All these methods are great. Choose one, choose two, choose none of them. Doesn't matter. To the person that asked me this question, I hope this helps you solve a little bit. With these, I would do anywhere from a 1 to 3 rep max, all of them. Just make sure you're consistent, make sure you write down your records, and just make sure you have a frame of reference so you know what to beat next time. So if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And as always, have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.